Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be hanging out with Flora for our second episode of the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. We are on the broccoli generation. This is the first generation of this challenge. Let's look at the rules. So for the broccoli generation, our theme color is dark green. Our traits are creative, art lover, and high maintenance. Aspiration is Lord, Lady of the Knits. Our career, we don't actually start with a career for this generation. We're going to eventually run a small business selling crafted goods. Because I don't have the businesses and hobbies pack, I'm going to be substituting businesses and hobbies with get to work, where we'll actually run a retail store selling crafted goods. Also, some of our additional rules for this generation is to achieve a 5-star business, max the wellness skill, max 3 artistic skills of your choice, like painting, pottery, knitting, cooking, any of those. Also, Lilsimsie did include a base game version for the broccoli gen, so if you do not have any of these packs, don't worry and don't feel obligated to download them, as you can still play along with the challenge just by using the base game. Before we get started, I did want to give a little background on Flora. So she grew up in a family that didn't really believe in creativity. To them, success meant getting a degree, landing a 9-to-5 job, and following the rules. Things like art, freedom, and chasing your own dreams were totally out of the question. But obviously, Flora wasn't having that. She's too high maintenance for that, and she wants something more for herself. So she left everything behind, her family's money, their support, and has decided to start a new life for herself. Obviously, her family didn't approve, so she's starting out with nothing, but she is very determined to carve out a new life for herself. So she may be broke and uncomfortable, but she's holding on to hope that she can turn her passion into something real and finally achieve her dreams. My goal is that by the end of this episode, Flora will have an easel on the lot. That way she can continue to build her painting skill, but also earn simoleons. Jumping forward to future Flora here, she was offered a new personality trait to discover about her being proper. She was talking to Uriel, who was painting at the museum, and she decided that she really liked Uriel and wanted to be friends with her. They discussed how they both like art, they're both creative sims. It really made her inspired, and she loved admiring her work. Flora really wants to continue the friendship with Uriel and getting to know her more, especially because she can see a lot of herself in her. So let's see what tomorrow brings. It's not even tomorrow yet, and Flora's awake, and she is very angry. We woke up with our hygiene all the way down, so we might as well get our hands a little bit dirtier by foraging and trying to find some more items that we could sell to get us closer to our goal. While foraging, we found a tulip, a dirt roll frog, which gave us 120 simoleons, and then here's the lump of moss that I completely forgot to sell earlier. We found a few more items that we can sell for some more simoleons, so let's do that, and then we can head over to a different lot where we can take care of our needs. I think the best place for us to go would probably be the gym. That way we can shower and if we need to take a nap, we can do that because I know there's some couches here, and food we'll have to figure out at a different time because we are hungry, but we'll worry about that later. After her shower, Flora decided that she needed to talk herself down a little bit from being very angry. I do think, especially because we have to max the wellness skill, that she's really going to spend a lot of time learning coping skills, and I love to see that she's already independently trying to implement coping skills. Since it is 3 in the morning, I think we should just get a quick nap in, and then we'll tackle some more of our goals when we wake up. Now that we're awake, I think we should head over to the Blue Velvet nightclub and get a bite to eat to settle our stomach. There is the microphone here as well, so I think this would be a great opportunity for us to start developing that skill. I want that to be one of our artistic skills that we need to max out. That is part of one of the requirements for this generation. That just made us 16 simoleons. And now we're getting an invite. Yes, let's go. This girl is calling me and she's standing right next to me. I'm sorry, you cannot stay at my house. Unless you want to sleep outside on the grass with me, then by all means. But I'm gonna have to decline. Since we did get this invite, I'm not gonna pass up the opportunity to bring in some extra simoleons here. Even Judith herself gave us 6 simoleons, so we must be pretty talented even with a low-level singing skill. After a nap, we decided to sing some more, try to bring in some more simoleons, which we were able to do. We're now at 202 simoleons, and we just leveled up our entrepreneur skill. Even though we brought in quite some money, I want to head back to the museum and try to level up our painting skills so that we can bring in more simoleons that way. I decided to travel with Uriel so that we can build that friendship. I'm thinking of editing her in cast soon, so stay tuned for that in the next episode. We're receiving a phone call. No thanks, weirdo. I don't trust Joffrey, I don't know. While we were waiting for the easel, Uriel kind of stole it from us. So now we finally have our opportunity. And Flora thinks it's nap time. Unfortunately, and now we're far too uncomfortable to paint. Let's take care of some of our needs. Hopefully, we'll be able to get right back upstairs and start our first painting. Flora is still far too uncomfortable, so we're gonna go outside, take a little break, have our nap, and it's a brand new day, so let's freshen up a bit because our hygiene is low, and then we can head upstairs and see we're all confident, ready to go, ready for our first painting. Uriel stopped by to tell us that we stink. Flora has always dreamed of making beautiful paintings, and that's one of the reasons why she sees so much of herself in Uriel, is because Uriel also has that same passion. As we're painting, Vanessa shows up, and we also get a phone call. We do not want to be on a dating show. We're focused on ourselves. We barely know anybody here, and the last thing we need is a man when we're so broke. And of course, a man shows up. No, thank you. Dag, dag away. We're now a notable newcomer. We also have 237 simoleons. As we saw earlier in the video, we need 350 simoleons in order to reach our goal of getting that easel by the end of the episode. I don't think I'm really going to play into the fame aspect. I think although fame may come, I think it's not really Flora to be into fame. I think she just wants to share her talents with everybody around her and just enjoy her hobbies without that added pressure with the fans and all of that. So we're hungry, and I decided let's go back to the bar. We'll get a bite to eat. Obviously, we're really upset, so Lean here decided to comfort us, being the generous soul that she is. I did invite so many people so that they could come and support us while we sing. And we did end up making quite a few simoleons here as well. I know we're so close to the 350 simoleon goal that I think it would be nice to go back to our lot and kind of give us a bathroom and also somewhere that we could be sheltered in, so that when we go to our lot, it's not completely empty. We'll have at least somewhat of a roof over our head. So in build mode, I used the foundation tool just to give us something that's not just grass. And then using some of the columns, I use that and then put the roof over top. So see, now if it rains, we're in the clear, we're not getting rained on. And then I added a little bush for us to go to the bathroom in. We're now left with 45 simoleons, but I do believe that we'll be able to reach our goal of getting the easel onto our lot by the end of this episode. We have been getting the simoleons pretty quickly, which I'm very impressed of us for. In case you didn't see, we have the greeny meanie ailment, and we have been very angry because of it. It does not help that we're high maintenance. So I do think it's kind of ironic though that we did get the greeny meanie one, considering that we're broccoli gen, and if you look close to her skin, it makes her more green, and it kind of reminds me of like the stem of broccoli, where it's not the exact same color as like the top. But anyways, fast forwarding here, we went back to the museum and we're gonna do some painting to get our simoleons back up. Look at our beautiful pink painting, so pretty. We're now very tense, but we did get 93 simoleons. We're gonna take a nap. Hopefully that can help calm us down. She's still very tense, even though we just woke up. So let's go downstairs, use the bathroom, try to calm down in the mirror, use our coping skills. While trying to calm ourselves down, we went from very tense to very angry to enraged to the point where we literally threw up. Flora is really having a hard time controlling her emotions, especially with this ailment that just won't go away. It should be going away soon. It takes like 3 days, and I think we're on day 2. So hopefully she'll be in better spirits when that goes away. But I think Flora just needs to talk to herself in the mirror, remind herself of the journey that she's here for. I think we should go back upstairs, admire some art, get us back in good spirits. Look at that. We didn't even need to go look, and she's already feeling much better from her talk that she gave herself. Leanne wants us to go to the opera downtown. So let's go. Why not? Sounds like a good time. Ever since Leanne was there to comfort us, it seems like they're really developing a friendship, which is very exciting. Let's welcome Miss Flora back from the opera. She's currently waking up from the smelly bush. We're gonna have her forage around a bit, see what else we can find for collectibles. We're at 96 simoleons. We need to reach our goal of 350 in order to get that easel. But our needs are pretty low right now, so I don't believe that if we were to try and like sing or paint, that should be in a good enough place for that. So we'll just continue to forage around here. We'll take a nap first, maybe, and then we'll forage around, see what else we can find. I'm really hoping we can find another dirt world frog, because that 120 simoleons would do us really good right now. I know we probably would have already had the easel, but I really could not stand to be on an empty lot forever, and that's what it was starting to feel like, is that I had to go everywhere but home for anything. So I wanted to give Flora a space for herself, but I chose to say that she dislikes pop. I'm kind of regretting my choices now, so if I ever end up going back and changing that, please do not judge me. Anyways, so Flora is too uncomfortable to practice her singing, unfortunately. I'm really trying to get past 96 simoleons. I'm thinking we're gonna go to another lot because this one does not have food and her hunger is very low, and I'm trying to get her out of her little funk so that we can start singing and building that skill to get us more simoleons. Let's head over to the nightclub in Windenburg. I'm just going to all the different ones at this point just because we're so heavily focused on building those skills. I didn't know that this one didn't have a microphone, but at least we have food here, and this could be a place where they just like hang out. She did bring so many of her friends, so hopefully after eating she'll be in better spirits and she can hang out with her friends and build those bonds with Uriel and Leanne, and maybe even make some other friends while we're here. For now, we're gonna eat our meat and cheese platter. Honestly, I just want Flora to start feeling better. Her anger is almost at a constant at this point. This girl is definitely gonna need wellness in her life, so I'm glad that is one of the required skills that we have to max out. Anyways, she's still having a hard time, so let's like brush her teeth, wash her hands a few times, see if that can help with her emotional and mental state at this moment. She's currently having a breakdown and freaking out, but alright, now she's brushing her teeth. I want her to go on the dance floor, so let's dance battle with Ulrich. I can help lighten her spirits and make their relationship closer. I've actually never done a dance battle in The Sims, so this can be very interesting to watch. Flora did not come to play around. She's got these alien-esque robot dance moves. They're quite interesting to say the least. It seems like Flora had a hard time accepting the possibility of losing or some sort, and just like lost control of her emotions yet again. I think we should do a tally for every time she gets mad and has to go to a mirror. But wow. So she went to the mirror to try to calm herself down. Leanne came to the rescue and started giving words of wisdom to Flora to really help calm her mind. They started talking about the baby that she has on the way, which Flora is so excited to meet. But I think Flora's just gonna go to the museum, try to take some space and clear her mind doing something that she really loves and really helps calm her frustrations. Flora is now going to do a small painting. She is very confident. Our friend Leanne's here keeping us company, but Flora couldn't keep it together that long. I wonder if she was feeling kind of hurt from the situation that happened with Uriel, as she really did want to become good friends with her, and she may be wondering if her emotions that got the best of her may have ruined that. So now she's going to work on an angry painting to let all of those unhealthy emotions out, and they seem to have gotten put onto the easel, and she's feeling much better and more inspired. We're at 191 simoleons now. I'm hoping that after this next painting, we'll be able to get to our goal, which is the 350, so that we can have an easel on our lot. Look at Flora go. She's got 210 simoleons from that one painting. So let's just do one more and we will have reached our goal. I'm so excited. We reached our goal of 350 simoleons. So we're going to be placing our easel on our lot. And I did want to say thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of today's episode. This concludes our second episode of the Very Veggie Challenge with our Broccoli Generation Heir, Flora. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions of things you would like to see in the next episode, leave a comment down below. Thank you. Bye.